Look at this beautiful before and after, where the brows look very natural. And you can see from the before, it's nice and full, but she does have a lot of gaps. And I filled them in to where it's gonna last all day. So you wanna stick around and see how you can make this look natural and for it to last. Hey everybody, it's Jasmine, your brow expert. Thank you so much for joining me. So like I said, today is going to be all about a natural look that's going to last all day. So that's something I think I get asked quite a bit. Is it going to last? Is it going to look natural? That's why you want to stick around. I've been shaping eyebrows for over 25 years, nearing 30, at the Anastasia Beverly Hills Salon. So please come by, and some of you have. Thank you for trusting me with your eyebrows. It's been a pleasure meeting you. It's going to be used with a brow pen. Now, it looks like a little felt tip marker. It can be intimidating. A lot of people look at it, including my clients, and go, I don't know if I could do this. I promise you, if you watch this video and pick up my tips, I think you'll be able to make it work. Definitely share this with anyone that you know can benefit from this tip. And of course, subscribe. Sure that you guys stick with me throughout the whole video, because I will be writing down all the products that I not only used on my face, but obviously the models. So you guys ready for her? Okay, so let's get to it. You're obviously looking at this eyebrow. I'm going, she's got full eyebrows, but you could clearly see all the gaps in between the brows. Now, I will be shaping these eyebrows to make it look a little bit more clean underneath, but you'll still see the gaps. And I told her if you just fill in those areas in between, you're going to get a fuller, more natural look. And you know what? This video is really about keeping it natural without making the brows look too solid. I think many of us tend to, or you see other people having some brow makeup and it just looks too dark, too solid. So dark is not really the issue sometimes. It's really just having it too solid on the eyebrows. So it's nicely shaped here. But I almost always like to start off with the Pro Pencil, which I use as a highlighter. It's an eyeshadow base. It's just a nice way to, or an easy way, should I say, to create a light border, because it just goes right on the skin, right below the lowest part of the hair. And so you could clearly see now, okay, I'm going to use that as a template. Look, I almost use this as a template for all my clients as well. So it's just easy, right? All you're just applying is underneath the brow hair. With that brush, it just makes it easier to just kind of get it cleaned up right underneath. You just want that nice, clean, sharp look. Okay, so hope you can still see that highlighter. On myself, I'm not going to get too much into it because I really want you to see the client. But again, it's just a very light coat underneath the eyebrows. You might see it now. And that's going to help you, because that's going to just be your marker, okay? And the product you're going to use kind of looks like a marker. There you go. Okay, so here's a brow pen. Although it doesn't look like a pen, it's going to be intimidating, like I said earlier. But the pen is easy to use the more you practice. I promise you, it's going to be, might be your staple. This honestly is my staple. I use this every morning. So test it out with your hand. You can see right here, and right here I'm doing that swipe just to show you how thick and dark it can be. Now, there's quite a few different colors, so this is not something that I'm suggesting for everybody. But if you press lightly, you'd be surprised how well this color can work. But like I said, we have plenty of different colors. And you can see right here on the hand that it looks pretty dark, but then you got that thin line that looks a little lighter, because it really depends on all the pressure that you apply. So again, test it out with your hand, and not just so that you can see how dark it is, but that you can feel the pressure. And you're gonna see in just a second how I'm using mostly just the tip of that pen, just the tip, right at that sharper area of the pen. So you notice that it's laying right there, and then I'm just swooping right over. I'm going right over the bare skin, okay? And then whatever else that is left on the, well, I mean, the liquid is still coming out in the pen, but at this point, you're just lightly touching the eyebrows. And you want to go throughout the eyebrows, even though you have hair here and there. You want the color to just kind of spread throughout, but mainly just going right over the blank spaces, if you will. Right? Okay, and again, the first swipe will be your heaviest. That's why you want to go over right over the hole or the gap or the in-between area. So that way, even if it goes on a little bit heavy or dark, that's okay because it's in between the hairs, right? So again, notice the angle of the pen, and I'm going right where the more the skin is. And then I'm just starting to press lightly throughout the hair because you want that cohesive look to the eyebrows as far as the color is concerned. Now you're looking at her brows and going, that's really dark. I actually purposely chose this color just to give you an idea how dark it can go. But if you press slightly, you can see on one side of the eyebrow compared to the other how it's a little bit lighter. It does settle in. Now, if it's too dark, you can also press on your finger and it just takes off some of the wetness off the brow pen. So this is the key. The spoolie brush. Grab a clean spoolie brush. You know, a lot of your applicators have it, but I always have a ton of these on hand. That's when you just want to grab it and just comb it over. It tones everything down. You see how it just looks so much better, right? You're like, okay, I can work with this, right? And so as you're seeing me comb over her eyebrows, I just want you to see that I'm right-handed. And if I do this side of the eyebrow, see how I'm holding the pen in an angle? And I'm just scratching over the eyebrows. Now I have an old brow tattoo, so kind of looks like I already did my eyebrows, but it's faded quite a bit. And that's something that if you want to get into, you can go look at some of my old videos. I talk a little bit about the tattoo. Anyway, so right over here, I'm right-handed, I'm going this way. So you notice that the pen is in an angle, not like this. And I'm not pressing as if it's a pencil. I'm just lightly touching and I'm going right over the gaps. If I had a gap right here, I'm going over right in that area. And then I'm just combing it over with the spoolie brush. Now, once you've combed it over and you feel like, it's tempting to go in between those areas and just add a little bit more. As long as there's some color in there, allow some of the gaps to show through, even though there's a hint of that color. I always tell my clients, don't feel like you got to cover every area. If it's like this and you're like, it looks obviously much better than what I had before kind of thing, you may want to just leave it and finish it off and see if this works. I like to go back with the highlighter because it can get a little messy, especially when you comb over the pen with the spoolie brush. And if you want it cleaner and tighter, go back with the highlighter, the Pro Pencil that is, and just clean it up, which is why when you make a little bit of mistakes here and there, you still have this, right? And as you can see right here, I went over the eyebrows, meaning I put the highlighter above the eyebrows and just cleaned it up a little bit more. And you know what? That makes the brows look a little bit fuller as well when you put highlighter above the brow line. So try to get in the habit of putting this little light guy right above here. You'd be surprised what a big difference it makes. So like I said, I'm actually going to leave it like this. Like I said, it's tempting, right, to go in between those areas and fill them in more. But look at this before and after. I think this looks better, right? Obviously, because the gaps are filled in now. The reason why I love this pen is that it not only gives it a natural look, but it just stays on. So I am not exaggerating when I tell you I use this every day. Casual days, when I go to church, when I go out to dinner, just wherever I go, this is always on me because it just kind of elevates my eyebrows without looking solid, okay? Mine looks a little solid because of the tattoo, but you get the idea with looking at the after. And important thing is that you see these little lines, right? And the reason being is that the pen, if you just use that tip, just use that little tip, it's going to give you those little angle lines. And if you comb your eyebrows lightly, you never want to comb that heavy, then you're just going to get this kind of natural look, which is what we're going for. A natural look that lasts, right? That is the key right here. So have you tried the brow pen? Are you using it or do you love it? After this video, are you thinking, maybe I'll try it out now? Definitely encourage you to try the pen out. Like I said, it comes in many different colors. If you're obviously on the blonde side, you're going to go like, I think a soft brown or taupe. Taupe is a really good one for almost anybody, really. And if you're looking for something that just is very light but gives you a little bit of a background, again, medium brown taupe is your color, and even a blonde. I think the brow pen comes in blonde, even though it looks like very light. You're thinking, I'm not a blonde. You'd be surprised how much color it can give, but you just want to make sure you finish it off with a spoolie brush. That is what I do. That's what I encourage everyone else to do. And the reason why I say don't press too hard is you don't want to pull off any brow hair. So anything too harsh on your eyebrow, it's like your head of hair, right? If you're just, pulling at it or brushing really hard in one area, you could pull some hairs that are not ready to come off. So that's why you want to be gentle, but enough to where it spreads the color out. If you make it the habit of using the pen and the highlighter, you might not ever use anything else because of the fact that it stays on beautifully. It doesn't look like it's too dark, it doesn't have any texture to it really, because it's that kind of wetness type of feel, and then it dries to a matte. So it doesn't even feel like you have anything on your eyebrows. So that's another reason why I really like this product. So let me know. Let me know if you've tried this out or you're thinking about it. And let me know if this video helped you, because that helps me to continue with this content, continue with trying to make the best brow lessons I possibly can. So your feedback really helps. The engagement YouTube really loves, which is why I always ask, please subscribe, share this with anyone that you know that can benefit from these tips. And like I said, we're nearing the holiday season, so I'm sure you're wanting to know, what is she wearing? And I like that natural look, because you notice that the theme today is just all about natural. So I will list all the products I used in the description, so don't worry about that. And yeah, I will see you guys right back here.